Welcome again, my little kaijus. I'm going to do a little movie review. It's not going to be a $5 bin movie, but a movie that just came out that my son watched. His grandparents and kept telling me over and over I need to watch it. And that's The Martian. This is a story about us going to Mars and exploring Mars to see, if you can have suitable life on Mars. I mean, anybody who's followed any kind of space program knows that this was something we've always thought about as a country. But anyway, I'm doing this movie review due to the fact that it was a really good movie. Matt Damon and the other actors did well. I mean, it was mostly Matt Damon and NASA. Kind of most of the movie. My most favorite part was probably the fact that it gives you science, but it doesn't sit there. I'm going to take my glasses off, got a little glare on them. It does science, but it's not like too pushy on the science. Matt Damon kind of makes science kind of a cool thing, like, whoa, I'm going to science S out of this. And, anyway, into the movie. I'm not trying to do spoilers. That's why I don't try to do any movies when I see them in theaters. I did Star Wars, but that's not something I want to normally do. By DVD, you've either seen it or you've seen enough of it that, it's not really a spoiler. It starts off the astronauts are already on Mars, and they're doing an exploration, and a storm comes in, which the commander has to decide if they should go or stay, because it was originally predicted that the storm wouldn't be so bad, but it ends up turning out that the storm is a lot worse than they thought. So for some unknown reason, the storm must have came in on them a lot faster than they expected, and they had to struggle to get to the pod that gets them off the planet. Anyway, they're walking through the storm to get to this pod so they can get out of there. They all make it, but during the trip back, Matt Damon gets hit by a satellite off the top of their base on Mars that knocks him loose, and it messes with some of the innards of his suit that show life support and his GPS position. So anyway, to make that story short, they all get on there except Matt Damon. They think Matt Damon's dead. Everybody on Earth thinks he's dead, but by day 18, or by day 57, they noticed that the rover that was outside of the building had moved. And naturally, like anybody would think, well, they make up any excuse to make it weather or something, because it's, and I get NASA's point of view is, you already said this dude's dead, now you're going to tell the world he's alive, but you don't know how you're going to keep him alive. I get that, if everybody thinks he's dead, you kind of just let it go, because you can't bring him back anyway, and then it's going to be, oh, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that, I understand that. It's, a lot of people wouldn't be, there is realization in the idea you couldn't rescue him. But anyway, Matt Damon, starting day 18, he starts figuring out what can he do to survive. He takes down all of his supplies and prays nothing goes wrong, and then he they have a Thanksgiving dinner up there with potatoes, which now he ends up planning to make more food for himself. Which, that's a really cool idea. And, you gotta watch the movie or something. He takes human feces and soil that's supposed to be dead and makes like a little greenhouse inside of there, and the hydrogen mixed to make the water that he needs, and then it gets sunlight through the top of it anyway, so it's a really neat idea. That seems to work. He goes and gets an old probe and starts making contact with NASA. Everything goes good, and it's pretty awesome. He makes contact. They're starting to make plans on getting supplies out there until their next scheduled mission to Mars. That's really cool. Shows some of that what he does is survive in contact, and how he's taking a rover that can only go, only so far, and takes it and goes a lot further with it. It's not going to be exact science just due to the fact that, some of it might not be realistic of what would actually happen, and, I get that. And then it's, as they do that, it's, they plan and they make a ship shorter than that they would, and they want to get food to them, and they cut some corners and don't do the inspection, so the food they send them ends up blowing up in the sky. Now they're struggling. What do? The trainees end up helping. I don't want to ruin the whole movie, and they go back and get him. I don't want to stop there with the movie. You guys should see it. I guess the biggest thing I see is a couple different things. One factor is the fact that, the biggest thing is, it's a science movie, and, I think it's really cool. My 12-year-old son thinks it's cool, which means it hits different age ranges, and it's not just that, you gotta be a scientist or enjoy it to understand it. They understand that they couldn't point at that. So they changed it up a little bit and made it so everybody could watch it, which, I really think was really cool of them to do so. There's a whole lot, to do there and everything else, and it's really cool, and I really think you guys should check it out and check the ending out. Everybody knows he's going to make it back, but to see his journey and how he gets on the ship, and a lot of catchphrases in it, and it's a tremendous movie. It's one of those movies that I always tell the kid, I call movies one or buy, Either I saw it once, I'm good to go, I remember what I want to remember out of it. Maybe in 5 years I want to see it again, but if I want to see it again in 5 years, I ain't going to buy it. And then there's movies I want to buy. Either I want to buy out right away when it comes out, or I'll buy it in $5 bin when I see it. This is a definitely buy, and it's a buy I would buy directly off. I wouldn't wait for $5 bin. It's a movie I'll end up watching again and again. It's just really good. Good sci-fi and sci-fi mix and everything. Plus the science makes it real in ways too. I just really think it's a really good movie. I think y'all should check it out, and I give it a 9 out of 5 out of 10, and really, I didn't think I'd enjoy it. I love Matt Damon, but it was a kind of, oh my god, science movie. It's gonna try to pull on your heartstrings and all that. And it does a good mix of all of it, and it doesn't make it too sappy where, oh my god, he's gonna die, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't like those kind of movies. But anyway, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and subscribe for more. Like the video and spread the word and get more subscribers, and we'll get going on this channel. Anyway, thank you. Bye.